to make available some services to us in the church and to the community beyond that aren't addressed by any programs or programs that other churches or social service agencies render.
This concept of working together, and the working together is for me the tool that brings us together. I think with this pandemic, it's just obvious that we're disconnected from one another. And so I see this as a possibility to, one, accomplish a project, but maybe even more important to me, to bring us together and connect again. And connect us within the church, but also connect us with our larger community. Interdependence rather than independence. And this whole concept of, our society sees independence as such a value. And I'm starting to see this whole interdependence as a value that I would love to shift towards. So I would love to see this being, this ministry being a connection of people to meet needs at the same time of building community.
It sounds like a project we did 2 weeks ago where, for the Edwards, who are members of our church, as some of the people listening to this will know, they needed their basement painted. And we sent a team over on Saturday morning to do that. And yet we know perfectly well that Sandra and Bernie will offer their skills, time, energy, hands, to work with someone else, either in the community of our church or outside of our church, and they've already insisted that they do that, and soon. There's the interdependence.
And they offer so much to our church.
Yes.
It's just, everyone has something to offer. And so I think our initial plan was that this would look like labor, manual labor. And I think we're kind of growing and morphing into, this could be a lot of different things. So we don't want to put it into a box of you must have strong arms and power tools. It's, maybe your gift is to, pet sit. Maybe it's to sit respite for somebody. I mean, it's just it's kind of a whole umbrella of what do you have to offer, and being able to give and receive.
Our culture's valuing being able to do it all by one's little old self. Mm-hmm. And that if you ask for help, you're saying that you are a needy person, pathetic, helpless, overwhelmed, or whatever, which is very different from what we want to communicate. We want to communicate that everybody has gifts. And the least among us in terms of physical abilities or emotional abilities or stamina, they have things to offer too. And that we in turn are given something by giving something. So it comes back to the interdependence and gets away from, I should be able to do it all by myself because I am an adult and adults don't need help.
And it's just more fun to do things together. The many hands make light work. It is fun to work together, is the other part of it.
That's really why I jumped at the idea. Is I felt that urge for community, for enjoying the relationships that we have within our community. I wanted to be a part of that team.
I really hope that it is a team effort to get these projects. That it is not the three of us, the two of us, whatever. It's all of us looking for, what do I need? What do I need that I could use some help with? What does my neighbor, literally the community around me, maybe that's our families, maybe that's literally who lives near me. That is all kinds of different ideas. There's no box to it. What's out there that you need, your family needs, your community needs, that we might think about doing. And if you know of that need, you might want to talk to that person and make sure that they want that done, and not assume, which is easy to do.
One of the ones that Teri has looked into last week was the wood ministry that the Lutheran Church sponsors. It's near the Hunger Coalition. They cut a lot of wood, but they don't deliver wood. That's beyond their time, energy, and resources to do that. So that is something that we likely will be doing as one of our projects this winter. People who need firewood can't put enough in the trunk of their car or on their back seat, but we can bring a pickup truck and give them a good supply of wood. So we can be the middle person.
Yeah,
Wood
that
is cut.
doesn't exist right now. So
What's that?
that doesn't exist right now, that middle person that doesn't exist.
Yeah, that's why we call it Mind the Gap.
Yes. I don't know. I'm excited to find out what might be out there. Mm-hmm. And yeah, we can go to agencies and probably find lots of needs. But I would really like us to look at what do we need, what do our families need, what do our neighbors need before we do that. But you know, just all kinds of possibilities.
Yeah.
So let's wrap this up with our mission statement says that we hope to inspire positive change in our world as we follow the example of Christ in compassion and love. How do you see this fitting into that compassion and love piece?
Well, Jesus had something to say about that. We're to take care of our neighbors, and we are to allow our neighbors to help us when we're in need, to take care of us. And we are a community. Jesus had a lot to say about community and being committed to and supportive of and trusting in that internal community. And to the stranger who you become community with when you reach out to that person. No distinctions, no exceptions.
It's fun to work together. It's fun to accomplish tasks. We're going to make them small. They're not going to, they're going to be a few hours to a half a day. They're going to be unskilled. So if you're feeling like I don't have any skills, most of the group doesn't. So that's the other thing. I guess that's the other piece that we haven't put in there yet, is that hopefully it's going to be small projects in a small time frame, probably small groups, and lots of fun.